Today has been a really weird day for weather, like a haze everywhere. I think the odds are about 35% chance of coming away with something nice. But we'll see what happens with the sky first. F11, 1.3 seconds. Okay, so today has been a really weird day for weather. It's been cloudy all day, but it's been a kind of a very thin but very low cloud, so there's like a haze everywhere. You can't see actually very far along the coastline. I wasn't really sure whether it was worth coming out today, but the sun does keep breaking through, and there's just a possibility that that thin cloud could actually light up and look really nice around sunset. The challenge was finding a location that would work given the limited visibility. So I've actually come to a spot that I scouted out a couple of months ago. It's called Malladeta, on the outskirts of Villajoyosa, and specifically it's the land around something called the Via Giacomina, which is a derelict villa that was actually built by somebody of some note, I believe, a couple of hundred years ago. Sadly, it's now derelict and it's been graffitied and it looks a bit of a mess. It also has a tower on top of a hill. Now, unlike most of the towers along this part of the coastline, this one isn't medieval. It was actually built 150 years or so ago as a library or a study to complement the villa, but it's kind of in a similar style to the medieval watchtowers. And again, it's also derelict, but it makes for an interesting focal point. There's also lots of really nicely shaped trees that have been sort of bent and warped by the winds from the sea. So if the conditions work out well, we could actually have a nice shot here today. So this is the derelict Via Giacomina. I've probably got that pronunciation wrong. I'll put the spelling up for you anyway. And over here we have the tower. Now, as I said, this actually isn't medieval. It was built as a library or a study. It's also derelict. Okay, so I've set up, got my composition worked out, and now it's just a case of waiting. It's actually got quite chilly here. It's quite a wind coming in off the sea, and I've had to get the big fleece out to try and keep a bit warmer. Don't want to be cold when you're doing photography. Makes it hard to concentrate. Probably got half an hour, 35 minutes to wait now. So I'll talk you through what I'm thinking of for the composition and the setup on the camera, and then it'll just be a case of hanging around to see if we get anything. This is one of those occasions when we could come away with something really nice, or we could come away with absolutely nothing. At the moment, I think the odds are about 35% chance of coming away with something nice. So we'll see. Let me just talk you through the composition. So we've got a path going down, and then we've got this lovely windswept tree leaning in from the side. The path continues down, and then we've actually got part of the coastline, and then up, and then the tower sitting up on the hill. And most of the background is then lost in the haze. But as I said, I'm hoping that's going to light up as the sun comes down. At the moment, the sun's way too high. Camera setup, 18-105 lens, about 20mm. That might tweak as the conditions start to come through. I've got a 2-stop ND soft grad on to hold back the sky a little bit in anticipation that's going to light up. I'll be shooting at f11, and obviously the shutter speed will depend greatly on what the light does later on. So at the moment the scene is far too bright, the sun's far too high to be any good at all, but that hopefully gives you a bit of an idea of what we're planning to do here. I've swapped out the 2-stop soft grad for a 3-stop hard, just to try and hold back a little bit of brightness in the sky, and I've also put a polarizer on, but I'm not sure that's going to work, but I'm going to try it. The sun's disappearing at the moment. There is some quite nice colours in a limited part of the sky. There is a possibility that a change of composition might work if that sky lights up, and what I might do is take the camera down lower, favour the sky more and a bit less of the foreground, but we'll see what happens with the sky first. Sunset is in about 12-13 minutes, but I'm not sure we're going to actually see the sunset because it's disappearing in quite a thick chunk of cloud right now. I've lowered the tripod right down and recomposed so that I've got 2/3 sky, 1/3 foreground. Basically because if we're going to get any interest, it's probably going to be in that sky. The foreground is probably going to be fairly flat in terms of colours unless we get some reflected light. So the composition now has that sort of windswept tree almost at the bottom of the frame. There's some rocks on the right hand side of the frame going down, then the coast curves out, and then on the bottom right hand third intersection is where the little tower is, and then we've pretty much got sky above that. The sun's just disappearing behind a hill now. I can just about see it through the clouds. There's some colour in there. It's not massive, but it might be interesting. We'll give it a bit longer and see if that sky lights up. We've got some colour in the sky. It's not massive amounts, but it might be the best we're going to get. So I'm going to take a shot now. I'm shooting at f11, 1.3 seconds. That's actually quite pretty. I don't think it's going to be an award-winning shot, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. Right, the sun set about 20 minutes ago. There's nothing else happening, I don't think, in terms of colour in the sky. So I'm going to call it a night, head for home. There was a little bit of colour in the sky. It might be an okay image, but I don't think it's going to be massively successful. But sometimes that happens. If I hadn't come out, I definitely wouldn't have got anything. So that's it for this shoot and for this video. Quick reminder about like, shares, comments, subscribes, you know the routine. Always helpful, always appreciated. And until the next video, I'll just say thank you very much for watching, and bye.